remember, there be more than one way to live the pirate's life.
On July 9th, 2003, Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl was released in theaters. After the film was over, audience members who stayed to watch the entire end credits were treated to a quick scene involving Jack the Monkey grabbing an Aztec gold coin from the chest on Isla de Muerta. This scene started a tradition for the Pirates franchise going forward. Every film in the franchise has had a post-credit scene. Some of the post-credit scenes have significance to the story in future films, such as Jack the Monkey being undead, and then that's a plot point in Dead Man's Chest when Jack shoots him, and it's mentioned a few times.
Look. An undead monkey.
What you say?
The post-credit scene for Dead Man's Chest shows us the prison dog, aka Poochie, survived on the Isla de Pelagostos, so his return in At World's End at Shipwreck Cove wasn't a big surprise for audiences.
Sea turtles, mate.
The post-credit scene for At World's End shows us what we thought at the time was a happy ending for the Turner family, that is until the 5th film in the franchise was released. And then the post-credit scene for On Stranger Tides shows a mutinied Angelica Teach, and Jack Sparrow's voodoo doll washes ashore conveniently for him. After the release of On Stranger Tides, fans speculated as to how Jack's voodoo doll made its way to the shores of the island where Angelica was mutinied. One speculation that stood out to me at the time was that Calypso gave it to Angelica as a sort of gift. This is an interesting theory that leads me to think that Calypso still has some influence on future Pirates of the Caribbean stories, and we may have already seen another form of Calypso in the franchise. The post-credit scene for Dead Men Tell No Tales shows Will and Elizabeth Turner sleeping in their bed. Their door creaks open, and we see the shadow of Davy Jones enter the room. Will then turns around and sees Davy's crab claw snapping. This wakes him up and shows that he was having a nightmare. Or was he? The camera pans down to show us water and barnacles on the ground. From this, we can speculate that Disney intended to have Davy Jones return in a future Pirates film because of this scene. But I've been wondering, what if this really wasn't Davy Jones' ghost? But instead it was a manifestation of Calypso. Calypso tasked Davy Jones to ferry the souls of the dead, as we learned in At World's End. Several characters throughout the franchise emphasize that the Flying Dutchman must have a captain.
And stab the heart. Don't stab the heart. The Dutchman needs a living heart, or there'll be no captain.
It is how Calypso made it, and it is how we believed it to work until Pirates 5. One of the major plot points of Dead Men Tell No Tales is Henry Turner on a quest to break his father's curse to free him from the Dutchman. But as far as we know, Calypso didn't make this a curse for Davy Jones. Davy neglecting his purpose and job could have turned the role into a curse. When they broke the Trident of Poseidon, we were shown that Will is freed, or what we believe to be freed, from the Dutchman, and he can step on land again. But did it truly free him from the task of ferrying souls? My speculation is that the Trident broke Will's connection to the Dutchman, meaning he can step on land again, but I believe this angered Calypso. With no captain tied to the Dutchman, no one would be bound to the ship and tasked to ferry the souls anymore. Calypso could have used Davy Jones' spirit to torment Will as he sleeps, so the ghostly shadow and claw we see could indeed be an illusion created by Calypso instead of having it be the true spirit of Davy Jones. This would be difficult to explain in a future film, so the easier thing to say would be that yes, this is Davy Jones' ghost, and he is haunting Will's dreams because no one can ever be free of the Dutchman unless their heart is stabbed, and another captain takes their place to ferry souls. In my opinion, if Disney does move forward with a true sequel to Dead Men Tell No Tales, they should bring back Davy Jones from the dead. Davy Jones is a fan favorite character, and bringing him back to the franchise would be a good move because fans would be interested to see what he would do in the film and how he would return. I would hope that Disney would learn from the backlash they received from how the Emperor returned in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Somehow.
Davy Jones.
Turn.
Yeah, about that. Davy Jones returning as the villain in Pirates 6 would be a great marketing move, and if the 6th film is truly the last film in the Pirates saga, it would be a treat to see Jack Sparrow fighting our beloved fish-faced captain again. Let me know what you think in the comments below, mates. Do you think Calypso sent an illusion of Davy Jones to haunt Will because he's no longer ferrying souls? Or do you think this is the real Davy Jones visiting him to remind him that he isn't free of the Dutchman after all? I'll be interested to see what you all have to say. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Pirate's Life. I had fun talking about this subject. I want to do more Pirate 6 speculation videos, and I think it will be nice to fill time while we wait for potential announcement from Disney regarding the future of the franchise. If you're not part of my crew already, be sure to click that big subscribe button, and remember, there'll be more than one way to live the pirate's life. Tom Mates.
The sea awaits your return, and so does Davy Jones. Ha ha! When next you sail, you'll sail with Davy Jones, and none shall escape.